coming on the shore and try and aim at it. Okay. Well, when I was younger, I've sailed all over the place when I was racing, in sort of Norway and Sweden and Bermuda, Long Island Sound, San Francisco places. And there's nowhere as beautiful as the west coast of Scotland. It just isn't. If I had unlimited money, I would be buying a waterfront property somewhere on the west coast and dropping a ton of concrete, attaching a boat to it, and that would be my life. I'd have a very pleasant 3-bedroom cottage with an acre of land and a boat. Because you can't, there isn't anywhere as beautiful. There's so many places to go over there. But you only find these things out about your own country when you actually go, and you see places. And the only way really to get there is by just going there by boat.
The empty beer cans.
That's just a crocodile.
Right.
Every time the boat tacks, it sort of falls about inside the cupboard.
Do you reckon that if anything falls through the house and like you could live on a boat?
Oh, absolutely. This boat was actually bought specific retirement plan in mind, which is because it sails quite well. The plan is to take it right down the east coast and across France and up the River Seine and into the French canal system in Paris. And there's a service that takes the masts from Paris all the way down to Lyon in the Gulf of Lyon, and then just spend 3 months on the canals and just make my way to France, eating nice cheese and bread and drinking nice wine. I'm Scottish through and through. I love it. Hills, the mountains, and just everything.
Really something else though.
I sail the Western Isles a lot, and I've done a lot of sort of skip and yacht carriers out to the west. And it's just like God's made a wee bit of heaven and he's put it on earth. We call it the Western Isles. It's just. Just as the light was finally going, there was this kind of whoosh that came down and landed. There was a big flurry of wings, and it was a grey heron that had just come into land. Grey heron, you see them in a distance, but you don't get close. And this was like from here to the edge of the pier, distant from me, just landing right in there as it scooshed and landed. And it's just utterly ethereal, you know. Either that or it was very good whisky, one or the other. Once you start getting into the outer isles and up Loch Eaport and North Uist and places, there's nobody around, and you take it on a shore and you take a walk, and the closest animals are the seals and sometimes the otters. You catch an otter on the shore, and then things just happen. They've only happened maybe twice in my life, but I could rerun the film in front of my eyes. And the seals just sitting on the rocks as the sun goes down. Perfect quietness, just the sounds of the world and the tide just easing through. Brilliant. Can't beat it. Just I'll go now. Do you know about it? Because it's a sailing club, it's a yachts. God, riff-raff, not like that. It's like that, and yet we're not like that, and it's about how we move from that image. What brings people into a sailing club is a love of going sailing, or a keenness to go sailing. But actually what keeps people coming back is the friendships they start to make. Companionship, you don't always need words for companionship. So there's something about doing things that's really good fun as well. And that's really important in sailing. And when you were there, we put the sails up, and there's a brilliant moment when you turn the engine off, and it just and you feel right, and then the breeze picks up, and the boat powers up the wind, and you go, well, this is great. I'm enjoying this. And then you have company and you have conversation. And sailing's like that. When you sail with people, it intensifies the engagement with one another in a way that the kind of fripperies of bar talk uptown, you know, honestly, they just don't happen. It condenses that kind of initial sparring that you do when you meet people, and it condenses it into something that's real because you're actually having to sail a boat.
No, we're not in the nest. Ease it. Did you get the yellow and white one there? That's it. And lift it out of the jam and ease it right out. You need to give that a good tug as you throw it. Ease it right out and throw it up the way as you're throwing it. That's it. And then push it. Right, welcome to. Come on, Dennis, hurry up! You want to push that out. In fact, if you go up on deck, just sit on the boom and push it right out. Push it out. Just drive it out. Hold the thing. This one? Yep, just push it as hard as you can. Keep it going. That's good. Alright. Right. And you can sit on it up there, and that stops it moving about too much. Just sit on it. You're quite safe. Now, would you like a beer now? Aye, go for it. You're in charge, Skip.
Oh, no worries, I want it. You look good on camera up there, Craig.
It's like a great advert for cars, isn't it? Yes.
Perfect, thank you. You're well prepared at least, eh? For a stormy
It's
weather.
a boat in Scotland.
That's it.
And there's a Lidl's just at the top of the harbour there, which often has a good deal on. Carlsberg was the deal this week.
I just want space, and one of the ways of doing that is a lovely run from here is down to Aberdour, tie up, lovely wee harbour, very welcoming. You usually find somebody you know, or somebody from the sailing club, and have a chat, have a couple of beers in the bar, back down at the boat, drink far too much whiskey, and then sleep, and just come back the next day, fish a row, ready for the world again. Just take it on, go for it. And it's a combination of all the bits of that are just reaffirming of some kind of quality of life. I just love it. And it's the sound of the waves in the water just rushing past the hull, and the wind in the sails. And it's punctuated by tacking occasionally and flapping the action, and then settles down again. You just chug along, more conversation, it's time to do a bit more sailing. I leave the facade at the shore and I take myself out there. You know, that cloak you put on in the morning when the suit goes on and the tie goes on, and that's you facing the day, and it keeps a bit of space around you. And it's more the other way around. The shore world needs me to play certain roles and to carry authority in a way that I may not feel like doing that day. If people just have a sense of, once you're on the sea, you're in a context and an environment that is dangerous. People drown. You know, there's quite often a hostility between fisherfolk and sailors, yachties. We were doing it for fun, they're doing it for a living. Although the one boat, the wee boat over there, Michael Fairney, he's just come back into the harbour. He's been a professional fisherman all his life. And he's just come back, sort of semi-retired,
got himself a wee boat and he's hauling creels now. He's got about 90 creels out there. So it's now a commercial harbour again because he's here.
Somebody's making money out of it.
Well, I don't even think he's making a lot of money. I think his wife told him to get the retirement at your age, get out. Davy Monaghan and TD back here. TD's a nice wee boat. He's just got that one. He sails quite a lot. And he's up for it. And then Osprey's, Ian Thompson's got that. And we're away out in that. But then there's Nautilus at the far end of that row. And that's up for sale. So if you boys are wanting to buy a boat, it's a really nice boat. Jim's 80 odd and he had a bad illness over the winter. And he's just found it too much. So, they're like cars, they depreciate hugely in the first 5 years. I bought mine for 21 and a half. I've put new sails and a new engine in it. And then there's that lovely apocryphal tale of sailing's like standing in a cold shower tearing up £20 notes. It's more like £50 notes some days.
So for example, do a voiceover.
Yeah.
Constructed, as you see, they're not quite as nice as Sir John's boat, but as you see, they're very well.
Get the opportunity, you'd love to just, you could live on your boat.
Oh, take off. Okay. It's not a reality. Not yet. Not yet. Kids are too young. Still at school. Still having to. Yeah, still having to work enough to keep them in the style with which they want to become accustomed. You know, that's the life. But one day, keep my health. That's the secret. Stay healthy.
Closest thing to freedom.
For me, it's just love it. Absolutely. There's something in you. You know, other people get it from different things. You know, it's talked about climbers. Some climbers just they can't. You can just see it in them. They beam. You can see they're alive when they're out walking in the hills, climbing. For me, it's out and boat. It's just an environment where I feel at home. It's my. I know what's going on around me. I know what's going to happen around me. I've been married twice, so I've got two families, 2 boys and then 2 girls. The boys are 29 and 23 and the girls are 17 and 13. They're a nightmare. Throw the boys any day. I can't keep up with the girls. I just can't keep up with them. They run rings around me. Actually, I'm very lucky. The 17-year-old in particular, she comes out sailing with me, and she's quite good actually. She actually knows what she's doing. But there's too many sort of Essex moments. I have 2 escapes. One is the boat, and the other is the guitar.
Ah, nice.
I get away through. They watch the soaps and all the Essex nonsense with their mother. So now, I mean, this is the example of there's a wee breeze. We're running with it. Everything's settled. There's no danger. We know what's going on around us. We're not going to hit our rocks. There's no gales around. It's just us. We're having a chat. It's just... nobody's going to come up behind me and hit me on the head, you know. That's just happened to me in Musselburgh. I was unconscious for 2 hours. It's awful. Very unpleasant. I got attacked quite badly about a year, just last April, a year past April. And I was in hospital. Still, my balance isn't what it was. And that was just, I was out for a pint with my 2 laddies. There was a gang of 9 guys that were just out looking for a fight. Ran up and I'm not a fighter, so I'm trying to talk to them, and while I'm trying to talk, they're hitting. Crazy. I'm getting too old for that. Right, we're going to go round. Could you walk round the front of the mast? It's also my main form of exercise. Water at the mark, 3 boat lengths, overlapped. I'm giving you water at the mark. Sail your proper course. It's just like a good part of a golf club or something. Well, I get more out of it. The golf course is a place of rage and failure. Out here it doesn't, it just, in these kind of waters. Yeah, so where the start's getting that bad, there's places you can run to. Just either get a train back from Gaunt Island or something. But it doesn't really get that bad that often. So it's a nice wee breeze blowing. See what it gets.
People tell us about our affinity with clouds.
Watch them go.
Nice view too.
Oh, dear. I was like, what?
Sexy shot.
See, something like that you could use is actually quite nice.
I do like that.
And then name the film.